Hi guys, it's Rum
and Nash.
and we're here to talk to you about growing too quickly, too fast. 15-year-olds that look like they're 25, you know, that kind of, those kind of situations. So we both, I think we agree that both girls and boys are growing up very quickly today, and that is because of different reasons like social media. Children have a lot of access to the internet, to the media. Then there's pop culture, there's music videos, there are movies. You know, there are a lot of things motivating children to want to seem older or to act older or to look older. I think one major way for girls is appearances, right? So how they dress, how they do their makeup, how they do their hair, how they take pictures on Instagram. That's a big deal, right? So you have a lot of teenagers who look older than they are. You have 15-year-olds who look 21, who look legal, who look like they can go out clubbing. Like, honestly, they do. They look that old. And you have guys who are confused because everybody looks mature, everybody looks of age, and you have people getting into trouble because they don't know girls are underage or guys don't know girls are
because
underage.
they play it. You can tell me you meet someone and, you know, age doesn't pop up. I mean, it's not going to be your first question like how old are you?
Yeah, you're not going to be. Yeah. To be fair, some people are straight up nowadays.
Yeah, some people are straight up nowadays. Yeah, because it's a lot. You see a child and, you know, the makeup she has on, the way she's dressed, the type of things she says, her crowd,
how she puts herself out there.
You're like,
and being and very confident as well. Like, you know, when we grew up, like, it was a gradual process to become more confident about who you were and to discover who you were.
I mean, at 12, 13, you still had your all back going to school, like,
cornrows. I didn't even know they were called cornrows back in the day. It was called all back.
I swear.
Cornrows is fancy.
I swear it's fancy.
Do you know cornrows? I learned cornrows when I got older and wigs were a thing. I didn't actually know all back was cornrows. Yeah. Sorry. Just saying. It was all back or shuku.
And bass.
And bass.
I always had to
and if you did bass, you were lit.
Yes, no. Bass was like...
Patewa and bass. But anyways, guys. So we just want to talk about, you know, growing up too fast and whether that's a problem. At the end of the day, people are entitled to do what they want to do. You know, everyone can make a decision for themselves as to how they want to project themselves in the real world. But I just feel it becomes a problem when, you know, a girl is insecure, and you can be insecure. It's part of being an adult or even growing up or going through your teenage years. You want to dress a certain way, you want to look a certain way, you want to be seen in a certain way, you know what I mean? You want to get the right kind of attention. But it gets problematic when, you know, there are no boundaries anymore. People are dressing up like they're going to a club every other day, taking pictures.
As the media, you know, I say social media has really played an active role in this generation. Yeah,
in a way that has never happened before.
Has never happened before because you have Instagram, even as little as WhatsApp is, you know, the kind of people that you relate with, like, you know, from school, you definitely have the kid that's all the way to the extreme, and you have the one that's, you know, still following.
So even the ones that are more sheltered, they meet certain kinds of children or certain types of kids when they go to school, when they go outside the house, and when they watch TV. And when they're on their phone, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, do people even take the whole PG parental guidance into, like, is that serious anymore? Because, you know, you have movies, like, back when we were younger, once you see PG-13, you're not even crazy to sit. Like, you're not. It's like, when you know that the movie is going to get interesting to, like, you know, sex scenes, kissing, like, you know, you automatically find something to do because you don't want to be caught in that moment. You understand? I feel like they're too exposed. Social media is, you know, it has
social media is very it puts a lot of children out there at a young age. I don't even know how I feel about not celebrities who act movies and are doing things. I mean, just personalities on the internet, like little girls, like being. And in these bios, it always says things like managed by my parents, managed by parents. And I'm wondering, this child is only like 4 or 3, and so much of them is put out there. Not to mention the ones who can make decisions and decide, I'm going to wear this kind of makeup, I'm going to have this kind of hairdo, I'm going to look like Kylie Jenner. Because Kylie Jenner is doing it and she's how old? 20. You know, you feel, exactly. Oh, if she looks that way, why can't I? She gets all this attention, she gets all these likes. We're living in a world where there is a culture of likes, there's a culture of validation. So you have more kids who are looking or outsourcing that kind of validation. Yeah, and now I find, I've actually heard younger girls say things like, you know, if a guy is in 25 and over, why is he talking to me? They're aiming from a young age to meet a certain demographic.
Like, you know, most times I'm like, well, what do you know? What do you mean by more mature? How matured are you to handle someone more mature than
and
you're having
sometimes just because you're older doesn't mean you're more mature. A 21-year-old can be more mature than a 25-year-old, especially in this country.
Well,
you have 50-year-old men who they come up to you and say some wild things, and I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure you're 50 and I'm half
even
your
more
age,
than you'll be surprised.
but you're talking this way, so I'm wondering. And so yeah, I feel that's a problem. I don't think it's necessarily bad that girls even want to look pretty or look cute, but you know, they have the wrong motivations. I've heard people say things like, I just want this type of man to pay attention to me, or I just want to meet these type of and they're 16 and that's what they're thinking 17, about. Like that's a major concern, and they'll talk about men, guys sliding in.
I know, right? They, you know, because of the way they look older than their ages, they tend to like lie just to keep just keep that image up. So, you know, they're talking to this guy, and let's say from the internet, because it all starts from the internet, and then, you know, you get to meet the person one-on-one, and when you're having a conversation, the person actually realizes that you're a child, because there's no how you can't act like you're 28. You can look
quite, you know, and then
but
by time
someone has a real conversation with you, they're like, no, how old are you actually? And then you go, oh, I'm 16.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot. It's a lot for men. It's a lot for men, and not just girls.
Men talk about that as well. You know, a lot of people now, once somebody starts talking to them, they go, how old are you? And they're really trying to be straight up, because you don't know how old anybody is nowadays. Everybody looks how they look. Everybody is packaged. Everybody
packaging.
The razzmatazz is a lot going on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I mean, you see girls going, what lace? What's this?
I know, right?
At 15, and I'm wondering, what were we doing when we were 15? Like, it's just very crazy. And there are many reasons as to why this is happening right now. Of course, like social media has a very huge role to play. You know, you're just watching girls who tend to take pictures a certain way, they get more attention. Girls who dress a certain way get more attention. You know, they're popular. People want to be internet famous.
Like I say, I'm like, how would you have, as a parent, how would you have your 14, 15, 16-year-old child, as a girl, let me just say like a girl child, have so much freedom on the internet? Like, you know, there should be certain restrictions.
Certain kinds of boundaries.
Yeah, like, you know, you see, I was having a discussion with my sister the other day. I'm like, Twitter is not the place for a teenager. You know, it's not. Like a child, even till you're like 17, 18. Because Twitter is as raw as it gets. At least on Instagram, it depends on like the people you follow. You know, you go to your explore and you see things, you know, based on your interest from, you know, what you follow and things like that. But you see on Twitter, it is as it is. As far as I'm concerned, Twitter is
I can't keep up with Twitter personally. I don't know how people do it. I haven't jumped on that bandwagon because it's just so much. And in this world, because of the access to information, it's this like culture of you have to do everything, you have to be on Twitter, you have to be on, you're missing out, the fear of missing out. If you're not there, then you're a dead babe. And I'm wondering, the world is not enough. You cannot keep up with every single thing going on. People that wake up and just look at their timeline as if like that's drinking water. And I'm wondering, like there's just, you can't do it all. We're human beings. We were not even programmed to talk to 17 people at a time the way we talk to 17 people on WhatsApp. And now we're doing it. It's juju.
So that brings us to the question, like, do you think parents are nonchalant?
I don't think parents are nonchalant. I think a lot of parents are definitely not as aware of the severity of the situation. So how deep these things are and how one little thing leads to another. So a lot of parents will give their children phones because, of course, the children need to communicate.
Touch, yeah.
You know, they need to communicate. We're also living in a time and age where the internet is the current phenomenon, and if a child is alienated from that, that doesn't help the child in terms of developing or making friends, because it's such a pivotal part of our lifestyles.
Even if you isolate your child, you know, you go to school.
Yeah, you go to school and you're exposed to.
You're exposed to this, even though you don't have it at home. Definitely, there's that one friend that brings his or her phone to school, and you know that you're one way or the other exposed. So irrespective of how much parents think, you know, oh, I can control it, you're controlling it in your reach. Like your child might literally have a phone hidden at home and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, and a lot of parents, I think that goes back to a lot of parents not really knowing who their children are to begin with, and also relying on other institutions to raise their children. So you have children who are growing up using the internet. That is how they learn everything they know. That is how they come to know about sex or dating or men. It's all through the internet. So that is the only source of information. For other children, it's going to school and meeting friends. You know, it's not about, or other children, it's their teachers, and God help you if your teacher is not the right kind of teacher. You know what I'm trying to say? So a lot of parents, I feel like they've given that parental role to other things due to people have less time on their hands. People are less hands-on, you know what I mean? People are less intimate when it comes to raising a child nowadays. Before, you know, when you hear all these older people talk, they'll tell you how my grandma sat with me. We had talked about the tree and how all these kind of stories. And children can't relate. Children's role models are people they've never met before. Have you noticed that your parents, their role models were their fathers and their grandfathers and their grandmothers and a random auntie that was a doctor? Now, if you talk to children within a certain age category, they will tell you that my role model is Meg Thee Stallion. My role model is, I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, like there's nothing
12-year-old children now are very different from 12-year-old children then. What is grooming them and socially conditioning them is very different. Their role models are pictures on their walls, pictures on their feeds, stories on their feeds, trips people on their feeds, hashtags. That's what's raising children nowadays. That's what's raising children. So that's a big problem.
Yeah, and we can't necessarily just, you know, limit this to girls. Also guys too. But, you know, girls were out there because, you know, presents, you know, the whole packaging. But you see guys like boys, let me not even say guys, you see like children
expressing themselves in other ways.
Like you see a 15 or 14-year-old smoking. You see them drinking,
and they're comfortable and confident and trying their best to be included in this new wave of liberation and independence. I mean, we've always been independent. We're not saying don't do certain things or don't be adventurous or don't even test the waters. Everybody is free to test. But I think there's definitely some hype, you know, like to smoke a cigarette and you're 13.
Yeah,
to
they
drink
feel like you're
beer and you're this age. To smoke weed, smoking weed.
You have time. Like
it's
you have
thing
time
now. It's a culture now. And we're not even saying don't smoke weed. Everybody is free to make their own decision at the end of the day. It's just there's a worry or a concern when you're seeing 12-year-old kids who haven't really had the time to make a full-blown decision as to why I should do this or why I shouldn't do this, but due to circumstances,
you don't even know your left from your right.
Yeah,
you don't know what's right. You don't know what's wrong.
This is what rappers are doing. Sometimes rappers post stories of just smoking a joint.
Yeah.
You know, so there are so many things out there that are causing kids to derail and feel insecure, and things that are causing them to have addictions, like even besides weed and stuff. People are addicted. Children are addicted to porn
at a very young
addicted
age.
to gambling, you know, gambling money. That's something that isn't talked about as much. But I've had people say that they have a gambling problem or they have a porn problem, and it's not something they can really talk about because sometimes we think the only problems are what we see on Instagram, but it's more than that. So
it is.
But growing up too quickly, I mean, the point is there's a time for everything.
There is. Like
there's
you have a lot of time.
You will get older, and something else will make you happy. Something
you're
else
a child,
will
so be
energize you.
Yeah.
You know, and you're only young once. So.
I know, right? Enjoy this moment. Like when you get older, you now realize, like, oh, I wish I did
pace it.
This, like
right?
crazy.
It's a marathon.
I wish I didn't do this. If I had known.
And there are stages in the marathon. Like, you can't just do boom,
boom,
and crash. That's why you have a lot of kids, you know, overdosing on drugs. Suicide rates are going up. People are becoming more alienated from their parents.
Yeah.
There's so many things going on. Siblings don't talk to siblings anymore.
That connection isn't there.
Yeah, and we just feel like being a child is cool.
Yeah, literally, like
being a 15-year-old is cool. Being a 21-year-old is cool.
Enjoy it, because it never comes back.
Yeah. It never comes back. It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. So just enjoy your youth. Like, go out, make friends.
And there's more to life
than the online. There's more to life than makeup.
If everybody is doing one thing, it doesn't mean you must do it. It's actually kind of lame. It's kind of lame and it's boring. Like,
when you get older, you tend to like realize, like, really, if I had known, I would have, you know, like, enjoyed this time. Really, I feel like
there's certain regrets everyone can avoid, especially the regrets that keep being recycled. So there's no point.
There's no point. Just enjoy your youth, like,
enjoy every phase and enjoy every development.
Don't
maximize
yourself.
it. There's no need, man.
There's no need.
You want your skin glowing when you're still 50 years old. You don't want to be looking like a hag. There's many people.
There's too many people like
they don't look that great.
You're looking like you're 32. What's going on?
And why? Then you get married and you have kids, and it's another story. That's the end.
I know, right? Then your whole dreams, everything's gone.
So yeah.
Anyway, this is just our unpopular opinions. We hope you take something from it.
Yeah, and
be a child, enjoy it.
Slow down.
It's fun.